Greetings everyone, welcome to Coding Nugget. In this series, we will be providing a summary of the book Clean Code by Robert C. Martin. By the end of the series, you will have a solid understanding of 80% of the book's content in just an hour. Our aim is to present the information in a clear and concise manner, much like a nugget that is easy to digest. In this video, we will discuss the concept of clean code and why it is important. Uncle Bob has reached out to some of the most prominent figures in the software industry to gain their insights on clean code. They have highlighted several key characteristics that contribute to its definition. First and foremost, clean code is easy to comprehend. It is highly expressive, with names that aptly describe the purpose of an object or function. The code is intuitive to programmers and performs as anticipated. This is particularly critical when augmenting a codebase because comprehension is a prerequisite. Therefore, the easier the code is to read, the smoother the development process will be. Moving on to the second point, simplicity is crucial. The simpler the code, the easier it is to comprehend, modify, or add new features to it. Over-engineering or neglecting to simplify your code can be counterproductive. Therefore, striving for simplicity is important to ensure a smooth and efficient development process. The first and most important principle of SOLID is single responsibility. This principle asserts that a class should have only one job or responsibility, and consequently, only one reason to change. Such an approach simplifies the codebase, making it easier to understand and modify. Coding Nugget. In addition, a clean code is typically authored by someone who cares. The result is a well-thought-out and comprehensive codebase that is the outcome of meticulous consideration of all relevant factors. This level of attention to detail is only possible if the programmer truly cares about the code. There are several other characteristics of clean code that are worth mentioning, including: it has comprehensive tests, it is efficient and optimized, it has robust error handling, it has minimal dependencies, it meets the expectations of the reader, it avoids duplications and promotes consistency. In summary, clean code is well organized and easy to understand, with a focus on simplicity, single responsibility, and other key principles. It is also the product of careful thought and attention to detail, with comprehensive tests, minimal dependencies, and efficient design. By adhering to these characteristics, programmers can create code that is both effective and maintainable over time. That concludes our general discussion on clean code. However, the question remains, why does it matter? To answer that, we must first understand why we write bad code and the repercussions that follow. One of the most common scenarios leading to bad code is when programmers are under pressure to meet tight deadlines. In such situations, the focus is often on quickly delivering something that just works, even if it means producing bad code. The ironic truth is that writing bad code to save time often has the opposite effect in the long run. Poorly written code can quickly become a hairball of complexity, making it increasingly difficult to add new features and develop the project further. As the complexity accumulates, the codebase can become so convoluted that it becomes virtually impossible to comprehend, and development grinds to a halt. In the worst-case scenario, restarting the project may be the only viable solution. Given the pressure of tight deadlines, it can be challenging to write clean code. However, according to Uncle Bob, we can start by communicating honestly with our superiors about how much time we need to complete a task properly. By providing accurate estimates and setting realistic expectations, we can avoid the temptation to cut corners and rush through our work. With sufficient time and attention to detail, we can write clean, maintainable code that will save us time and headaches down the road. As professionals, we should learn to say no when we're pressured to rush through our work and produce suboptimal code. Just as a doctor wouldn't skip washing their hands to save time, we must prioritize the quality and maintainability of our code, even if it means pushing back on deadlines or requests from our superiors. Ultimately, writing clean code is a matter of professionalism and responsibility, and we must take it seriously if we want to build successful, sustainable software projects. So that's why writing clean code is so crucial. But how can we improve an existing code base and make it cleaner? According to Uncle Bob, the key is to make incremental improvements with each commit. We should aim to leave the code in better shape than we found it, just like the Boy Scouts rule of leaving a campground cleaner than we found it. By continuously making small improvements, we can gradually clean up the code and make it more maintainable over time. That wraps up the first chapter of the book. I hope you found it informative and useful.